So the marquee overseas signings have been released for this new SA T20 league, and we're going to discuss it on today's show. We're going to look at the names. We're going to see if it really is big names or how's it going competing to the rest of the leagues. We're going to compare them around and see, and let's see what you guys have to say in the live chat as well to see what your opinions are on the teams and on the teams that have been released or the names that have been released. Before we get going, before we get started, if you're new to this channel, please click subscribe. Please click that notification bell for all future videos as well, please. Also, smash the like button, comment, and share, and subscribe. Also, get involved with the Cricket Fanatics magazine monthly. Every issue is 100% free, straight to your inbox every single month. This is the new issue right on your screen right now. So get your issue right now, 100% free. So please go ahead and do so. You can also become a part of our Patreon account. It's very important that you guys do that too. So go ahead and become a part of our Patreon account. That's to help us grow South African cricket, and you can form a part of that, guys. So please get involved with that. Very important that you do so. So let's get straight into today's video. I'm looking forward to having a conversation with you guys and seeing what you guys have to say about this new T20 league and the names that have been released. A very good evening and welcome to Cricket Fanatics magazine. This is your daily show. I'm your host, Khalid, and this is the show where we talk about all the major talking points in South African cricket. So let's get into it, guys. First and foremost, let's talk about this new T20 league. We got a press release today about this, which I am going to read out to you right now on the show. Let me just try to find it quickly. It's taking some time to load again. Where is it? Cool. So the 6 franchises of the inaugural T20 league in South Africa will be able to sign players from a world-class pool made up of some of the best local and international cricketers. Over 30 marquee international players have already been signed by the league. The numbers set to increase as players enter the auction taking place in the next few weeks. This is in addition to the contracted Proteas and domestic players who have committed to the league. The 6 franchises will have a squad of 17 players and will be able to pre-sign to the 5 players made up of 3 international players, 1 Proteas player, and 1 uncapped South African player prior to the auction. This is an important milestone for the league, says League Commissioner Graham Smith. Having world-class South African players playing with some of the best cricketers around the world makes for some outstanding cricket. I'm mostly excited for the young and upcoming talent in the cricket pipeline that will get to rub shoulders with some experienced and talented players, which will no doubt inspire and help them to raise their own game. The league's priority is to help strengthen our domestic cricket structures while putting on an exciting and entertaining cricketing showpiece. Very important part of that, which I think some people may have been skipping over. Graham Smith has made a promise to the fans and a promise to South African cricket here in this line. The league's priority is to help strengthen our domestic cricket structures while putting on exciting and entertaining cricket showpiece. Our players' regulations have been thoughtfully drafted in consultation with the franchises, and everyone is ready to get going. We're looking forward to seeing how the teams match up and how the franchises will build their squads. Players from across a host of countries have expressed their interest to be part of the league and are currently being signed up for the 2023 season and beyond. We are delighted with the interest from the playing community and onboarding players with the support from cricket boards. I'm looking forward to welcoming players from all regions across the cricketing world, Smith ended. So that was what Smith had to say. But that line about domestic cricket and helping to strengthen our domestic structures. Very, very cool. I like that he said that because that is the main aim of the league, in my opinion. Some cricketers will say it is also to win it, like AB told me with the MSL. So these are the 30 names, guys, we've got from South Africa. So happy to see the name right at the beginning. Faf du Plessis. Riley Rousseau, Kagiso Rabada, Quinton de Kock, David Miller, Aidan Markram, and Anrich Nokia. Now, should we read into it a little bit? The Riley Rousseau factor, that he's one of the marquee signings. Should we read into it a little bit, guys? Or maybe should we not read into it a little bit? Perhaps, perhaps not. We can see. We can almost get in a sense of probably where these players will play. Um, if you have a look at these particular players that have been selected, you could probably take a guess on where they will most likely play. We can see who gets it right in the end. Then from the West Indies, we've got McCoy, we've got Joseph, we've got Mayers, we've got Shepherd, we've got Seals, which I'm excited about, and Jason Holder, which I'm really excited about. The others, good players, yes, but I would probably say yes. Mainly Seals and Jason Holder really stand out for me over there. England's perspective, I'm happy that Owen Morgan's going to be here. I really enjoyed him the last time around he came to South Africa and we got opportunities to communicate with him. So I'm hoping that he'll come here and lighten up this particular tournament. He's always spoken highly of the standard of cricket in South Africa, so I like the fact that he's here. Will Jacks, Harry Brook. We got Karen over here, Sam, of course, Livingston, Butler, Mills, Roy, Topley, Salt, and Ali, Moeen Ali. So some excellent names here too. I mean, Moeen Ali we've had before. We've had Jason Roy in our tournament before. It's good to see Josh Butler going to be here too. Liam Livingston we've had in the country before, so that's awesome. Then from Ireland's perspective, only Harry Tector. I'm a bit sad about that. I was hoping maybe we would see the likes of um, maybe the opening batter as well come down and play here. I can't get to the names now, guys. We literally just played against him. Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't even get. I can't think of it now, guys. Man, help me out in the live chat, please. And then we've got New Zealand. We've only got Jimmy Neesham. Would have liked more. Sri Lanka has Mahesh Tiksana. We've got Patirana, we've got Tiguela. I'm glad about Tiguela. I like his personality. Yes, Paul Sterling. Yes, Paul Sterling. I was talking about that would be awesome to get him. Tucker from Ireland also is another option. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. We've by Prasanna. We've by Kamira. We've got Kuranatnara. I'm glad about that too. Pradeep. We've got quite a few. Dhananja is here. Akila, he's very popular, very good as well. Dhananja Lakashan and Fernando also as well. I mean, I would have liked to see Dhananja de Silva because he's one of my favorite players, but unfortunately he's not in the mix. But a lot of Sri Lankans once again, which is good to see. Very good to see that as well. But I was hoping that we would get some Indian players in the mix too. And I thought that really with this new league and all the Indian involvement, I was really hoping that one of them would be able to get an opportunity. From Ireland as well, Curtis Camper. It would have been nice to see him also get the opportunity. Yeah, what do you guys think about the fact that we don't have that there's no Indian players in this? Kusal Pereira, yes, would have been there. Should have been there as well. I think that's an awesome one as well to remember. Hopefully, there'll be another list. Hopefully, there will. Maybe this list is just the marquee. Obviously, this is a marquee 30 player signings. Hopefully, there's an extra list of others that are going to be adding their names to the mix as the time goes by, and put themselves part of the um, of the draw. Um, yeah, no Indian players is expected. I see you say there, John. I mean, that's what I was expecting, that they weren't going to release their players, but I was really hoping that they would. Seeing that obviously South Africa, seeing obviously that South Africa is looking to obviously expand their tournament and make it one of the best. I think that would really put us in the driving seat for that, because to have Indian players in the league would be the first to do that. Um, I was waiting for Tim David, his name to be there. Yeah, we haven't seen that. Asaranga in the UAE League. Some Chatil says no Bangladesh players or Zim players. Yeah, let's see what else is going to be released when we get an update of what's going to be taking place over here. This is all the information that we've been given right now with regards to that. So we have to work with what we have, unfortunately. And that is what we have available to us about this particular league. So, yes, excited about some names, but underwhelming into other parts. Um, and yeah, unfortunately, that is what it is. Let's move on from that. So we've got that out of the way. Let's go into the a little bit of a review about the Lions game and what has taken place. Kyle Zondo didn't really last long. 86 all out. 86 out from him. But the standout today from this particular match, I must say, between South Africa and the Lions on day two, would be Marco Jansen getting 54. It's interesting. You know, the details are important. My friend actually highlighted this to me. The details are so important. Keshav Maharaj came out before Marco Jansen. So what does that tell us about where they see him in the batting lineup and where they see him in the team as a batter? I do believe that Marco should be a number seven, can be a number seven for South Africa. He has what it takes to do so. He has it in him to have to hit regular run scoring, to hit regular runs like he did in this particular match. Sorry, guys. Um, so yeah, Marco Jansen excellent today. I'm very happy for him that he got some runs on the board to get him into the swing of things. But the Lions' reply, 250 for three. They've been going pretty decently. Even though South Africa scored in their first innings 433, they're going quite decently. A lot of their players doing pretty well. I mean, Dom Sibley doing really well. Dan Lawrence getting a 97 before he was bowled. Before he was Olivier got his wicket. So a good performance so far from the Lions, but and South Africa's bowlers just getting the flow, getting the flow into the flow of things and getting a rhythm going. We got to see Markram obviously bowl as well. Keshav Maharaj struggled today, 1 for 90 though in his 13 overs. But not too bad. But I mean, it does give a reflection of what we're going to expect in these conditions. Sorry. And then we've got one order for you with 2 for 39. So it looks like he's going to most likely be one of the bowlers with Lungingidi probably and Andrik Nokia. The three of them probably going to be the bowling attack. Looking like that will be the case. And then we'll probably have the all-rounders, of course, the spinner and the all-rounder. Deciding whether two spinners are going to play or not is going to be interesting. So far, Simon Harmer is not here in this particular squad. With this particular team that was selected for this game. So they've only gone with one spinner. So does that maybe give us an indication of what they would do in a real match? Perhaps not, because they'll most likely won't go with this amount of batters. So it's a good run out for our players, and I'm glad that that's the case. That it's a good run out in the middle. Obviously, day two, England Lions still trail by 183 runs. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. At this point, at least when I'm updating you. So we'll see how it goes with regards to that. Let's get into the comment section. I want to read some of your comments out. We've got Harmer is better than Maharaj is Michael Joseph. Not in my opinion with the ball. Maybe the bat, you could perhaps say that they rival each other. Um, Cape Town has no resemblance to Mumbai at all. I get the way the team near man. Let's be honest, Marco at 7 would come up against Broad and Anderson with a potential second new ball, not Cook and Robinson. Yeah, most likely. But I would still like to see what he can do. I think he has a lot to improve with his batting, and I think Test experience is going to be brilliant if he can get that experience early. It would only be do well for South Africa, I feel, if he can get that experience now. Because the next time he'll play England, those two will probably be retired. IPL owners have killed any sort of local flavor with regards to the franchise names. It's MI Cape Town, like my don't expand the name, my Cape Town. Yeah, it's weird. These crazy names, so boring and bland names, and I mean, why couldn't they? Yeah, weird. Like at least with the Stellenbosch Kings, you see the Kings 11 have a nice name to them. Mumbai Indians is it's a very very local name. So it's very difficult to do that and change it without or create a name without changing too much or for too much things to clash. But I guess there's a big enough Indian community within Cape Town for the Mumbai Indians to do well. Lawrence saying even the England Lions playing baseball. No surprises. 5, 6, 7 among runs, considering all New Zealand, India, England batters at those positions have scored heavily. No Australians either, which is a pity. How much did South Africa make? South Africa made 433 guys. With these kind of bowling display, you need play 5 bowlers. Olivier looks comfortable bowling here as he has been playing for a long time, and Harmer will feel comfortable in these conditions. Maharaj will be taken apart by England. We don't know that, because when Maharaj plays against in the county league as well, just like Maharaj, just like Simon Harmer, he also tears it up. So it's not like he gets punished when he plays county cricket. He tears it up. I mean, I think he had a record actually for a particular time for the most amount of wickets in a couple of matches. So Maharaj also trips it up. So I wouldn't underestimate him. Markram needs runs tomorrow. Phew, that second innings for Markram is very, very important. What's your take on Colin Ingram choosing UAE of SA League? No opinion on that, really. It's a choice. Um, so it is what it is. I mean, I don't think he gets picked. What would he get picked as? A South African, or would he get picked as an overseas player? Will be interesting to think about that. So I guess Brevis and Stubbs will play for Mumbai Indians Cape Town. Well, we don't know. We'll see what happens, and we don't know how much influence the local franchises will have on their local players staying local. I don't know if there's going how much influence is going to be from that perspective. Are SA following an auction or draft system? Um, I'm actually not sure if they're going to do a draft. I think they're going to do a draft system, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what we did the last time for the MSL. We didn't do an auction, we did a draft system. Paul Royals looks out for that one. Both will play for. But you see, Paul Royal sounds nice. It's a pity that the Mumbai Indians is just Mumbai Indians. They're not the the Mumbai Impossibles or something, or I don't know. I'm making up stupid shit on the spot. Imagine, I would love this Paul to play for Cape Town Indians. One of my favorite players, so I would love to see that happen. Imagine Butler opening with Yanaman Manan. Poof, would be nice to see that. If Yanaman can up his strike rate in the power play again in T20 cricket, just kidding, just kidding. A name that is missing in our T20 league is Russell. I'm not sure whether we can take the risk of playing Jansen at 7. Our batting has been the main problem for a while now. Going in with 7 batters is probably the way to go. Yeah, but I mean, I agree with you on the 7 batters perspective, but realistically, Bouch has always been quite consistent with saying that he wants to play 5 bowlers. So um, if you go with that mentality, then we most likely will be a better option then, in my eyes, to play with Janssen at seven then, instead of playing another bowler, just a bowler alone. Um, so if that's the case, if we were allowed seven batters, then great. Hopefully, Andrich Nokia, hopefully Lungingiri would be able to um, keep up with the workload, given how little cricket they played. I don't think he knows. I don't think he knows Maharaj's county stats. Maharaj ripped up county cricket. I was like, there's no point in him going to play there. He was like completely ripped it up when he played. Is there highlights of the SA Lions game? I don't know if there's highlights, but they are streaming it on their channel. I'm not sure if they put the highlights on the channel as well. It's on YouTube. There will be an auction in the coming weeks, Smith said in the press. Oh, flip. Did he say that? I just read the press out to you now, and then I don't even know what I read. Um, the basic kickers actually everyone is ready to go. We're going to have teams in the squads. We are delighted in this community. The franchise may use at discretion on how many five players before the auction. Okay, there'll be an auction then. Okay. How differently will the auction work to the draft though? If you guys can tell me that. Off the topic, Khalid, do you think CSA should come together with Saru just to find out what makes the Springboks so successful in terms of the robust self belief and the very strong mentality? I think the sports are different. I do agree that South Africa should maybe talk to them from an organizational perspective on how they can get the mental game strong, how they can get their mental side of the game stronger. Yes, there are certain aspects of things that they can probably that can overlap, um, but they're such different sports, and the support and the money behind the sport, and the structures behind rugby compared to cricket is so much better. So we are quite far behind, I think, if we want to compete there. But of course, I don't think there's anything wrong with CSA maybe having a conversation with the people involved there. And I'm sure there are. I mean, I'm sure there are friends and people in high places that overlap and talk about these things. I'm pretty sure there will be. Vern, I want to hear your opinion. Who is better, Spinner, Maharaj, or Harmer? I think Harmer is miles ahead of Maharaj. So Vern is here. Go ahead, buddy.
Um,
Let's
who's the
start this.
better test spinner? It's Keshav. Keshav is the better test spinner.
There we go. They all think that you are. Well, he particularly loves your opinion, so this is
Oh,
going to go against him for a change. So, um, talking about Khalid, why is Bavuma and Rasi name not on the T20 list? I wonder why. That's what I said. We need to look into this. Is there more to read into the names that were given? Because there were certain names given and certain names not given. You
yeah,
can kind of read into it to an extent if you really want to, because it gives them us an indication who they consider our best T20 players in the country ultimately.
yeah. But remember, this wasn't given directly from Cricket South Africa, right? This is like the
No,
sources that ESPN Cricket Info has. So we'll see what comes out when
yeah.
they announce it officially. Hopefully, there's some other names as well. As I think I said on Twitter that there isn't too many that stood out for me. That's really eye catching. Some of the English players, of course, Livingston, Butler, those names are really big to have in the league. But overall, it's not that many so far. But I do think we'll get a few more as well, and I do think it's going to be a strong league just because it will be the best players in South Africa than with those overseas players. So I think either way, regardless of what overseas players we do get, I think the league is going to be pretty strong.
hmm Okay, let's move on from that. He says talking about county stats, Linda has so much better stats than Maharaj, and Hom has better stats than Maharaj as well. I wonder how many. Like Maharaj barely played county cricket though, so it's quite crazy to want to judge, like to compare them. I feel.
Yeah, it's not
Um,
really a fair comparison. Maharaj took like 38 wickets in 5 matches the last time he
yeah,
played for Yorkshire, and he
exactly.
demolished teams. He took two 10 wicket hauls, two 5 wicket hauls. He ran through teams. So I don't think you can really compare the two. Armour plays a lot of county cricket, and I think if Keshav played a lot of county cricket as well, he will have a bag full of wickets there. So I wouldn't compare the two. Keshav has taken a lot of wickets at test level on pitches that haven't spun.
Yep.
He made his debut in Australia where the ball hardly turns at all, and he did very well there. He's done well in New Zealand at places where spinners don't generally come to the party as much. So he's really been a trump card for us.
100%. Um, Auction and dynamic options in the draft. Also Shamsi. Shamsi would have never been like a marquee player, I don't think, of a. He was normally a batter majority of the time, unless it's KG or like, like I think KG is like the only bowler that made it as a marquee. Oh, Anrik Nokia is there as well. But yeah, Shamsi is a, you could say that is kind of an omittance. You could say. I mean, he is the number two T20 bowler in the world. So yeah, I mean, maybe he wouldn't have wanted to be in the limelight like that. I don't think he likes to be in the limelight like that. Harm is just the flavor of the town at the moment. People seem to forget the brilliant work Kesh has done for us since making his debut. And yes, the guy is ridiculously good. I don't understand how people can still question Keshav Maharaj. That's why I just laugh at it. Because that's just ridiculous. That's like me questioning KG. Like that's how I see it. Like literally. Um, can we see Brevis playing in the season? Oh, definitely. It's not whether we can see it; is when we're going to see it. There's not T20 players specifically Bavuma. Your views on Trent Bolt episode? What Trent Bolt episode? Do you know
So Trent
about this?
Bolt's, yeah, that's why I came on the show so that I can fill you in that it's going to be an auction, and then Trent Bolt said that he's um, going to take a step back from international cricket at some way. So he's not going to take up a national contract anymore because he wants to spend more time with his family. So he'll play in the T20 World Cup, and then he'll probably mostly play T20 leagues around the world. He'll still be available to be picked for New Zealand. But they did tell him that if he's not contracted, they will first look at the contracted players before considering him, and
Oh
he's well
wow.
aware of that. He's only 33, but you can see this sort of trend starting to happen now of guys at the younger age realizing that there's a lot more financial opportunities in T20 leagues around the world, and that they can then also spend more time with their family. So it's not too surprising, but disappointing, I guess, if you're looking at from a international standpoint and what both brings to the game in all three formats, especially Test cricket. I don't know how much Test cricket he will still play now, but yeah, hopefully we will still get to see him in the international arena.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Because I mean, I was looking at it as well. I read the bloody release to everybody, and I didn't even realize that I said auction at the end. Yeah, tiredness. Anyway, so when the between the auction and the, like, I know that the IPL has an auction, and obviously people bidding for particular players. How does that work differently with the draft?
so draft they don't bid for players. They have usually they have set almost they do this in the PSL, right? The Pakistan Super League. So they have like different tiers. It's like they have this marquee
Oh
set or
yes,
the Diamond League or whatever, and then the top players. So say Russell,
yeah,
Livingston, Rashid Khan, whoever you can think is your top T20 players, they'll fit into that highest tier with the most money, and
yes.
then the teams kind of
I
between
remember
them
now from the
decide.
MSL.
Yeah,
I
and
remember now
so
from the
that's
MSL.
that's that's basically how it works. But then now we'll obviously, because they see it almost as like a mini IPL, even though there won't be Indian players. It's just sort of the players that do play for the IPL franchises getting cricket time and stuff like that. So it'll be a mini auction. I don't think the bids will be as ridiculous as you see at the IPL, not even close. But
Yeah,
still, it could get pretty high, and for some players that only play domestically here and that might never make the IPL, it might be life changing.
yeah. Hoping to see obviously the likes of it would be great to see a comeback from a man. I don't want to mention. That will never happen. Imagine if ABD comes back, boom for the T20 league. Nah, nah, nah.
I'd like to see him play in one of those legends games. You know,
Yeah.
they
Oh well, that's
every
not
now and then they
fair.
have these legends games and stuff like that. Imagine he'll rip apart somebody like a Wakar Yunus or something.
I mean, he's good enough to still play. I mean, yeah, like
Yeah, no,
that
it'll
will be
be
fair.
mad. But
That
I
will be mad.
did see the other day that I think this Legends League. I don't know when it's going to be. It'll probably be a week or two, somewhere along the line of the next month. There will be a Legends League. So, but Ganguly is going to play. But you know who else is going to play? Who just retired? Owen Morgan, who's going to play in our league. He's going to play in that Legends thing. It's going to be a massacre.
Yeah. So yeah. Can we see who else plays there? Is there more? Um. Cool. We read that already. We did that already. We did that already. Um. Ulamazai is going again. He's saying Simon Holm has taken 13 plus wickets in his last two first class matches. He's the first player to have taken 13 plus wickets in consecutive first class matches, twice since Tom Goddard in 1939. Okay. But like you're comparing, like you're talking only about England. There's also other part of the world where you can also bowl.
I think the fact is Homer is a very good spinner, and I
Yeah.
think we're in a very good position that we have access to both of them, and the fact that we can potentially play both in the same test match. So I think we're in a great position. But I don't think Homer is ahead of Keshav just because he's picked up a lot of counter wickets. Um, Keshav has done it all over the world, and I just don't think that Dahmer should play ahead of Keshav just because he's dominated county cricket.
Yeah, no. Test cricket counts for more, in my opinion, 100%. And I mean, Keshav match team actually outperformed Harmer in the last test match. So, I mean, there's your example right there.
Yeah,
I
Keshav
mean,
took man of the series against Bangladesh. I mean, Homer
yeah,
bowled well, but Keshav bowled better.
yeah. So, I mean, the evidence is right there in the team. The two players playing in the same match, same conditions. It's like the perfect. And Simon Harmer even speaking about how Keshav has made him better. And so, like, it's crazy. I mean, how we can compete it. Like, I mean, I don't understand how people can look at it like that. I mean, Test cricket is international cricket is the pinnacle of cricket. That is the highest level. Like that's like saying, oh no, because the guy scored 800 IPL runs, they better than someone that has scored 800 international runs. I mean, it doesn't work like that. I feel. But anyway, I wanted to see MS Dhoni and Suresh. Me too, guy. Me too. I wanted to see the older Indian guys come here. That's not going to be playing for the national team. That are still playing T20 cricket to come down here and for part of a little Indian bubble. Like that would have been awesome to see Dhoni and Raina and maybe even Singh. Yuvraj Singh come back. I make up my own crap on this podcast,
If
but
if he if he came to our league, I hope they invite Stuart Broad as well.
yes.
And then they make one of them play their home bases in Durban, and then
Yeah.
they let it loose.
Michael Pretorius will be big bucks, mark my words. It's good to see. We must actually try and do a little like guess on who we think is going to go for the most in the auction, etc. When the names come out and we have more options to go with, it would be awesome. To like play a little game like that and see who gets the most. Um, Alga, Evia, KP, Rasi, Rikutan, Kal, Janssen, Maharaj, Harmer, Olivier, and Kiri. I'm playing two spinners because all four test matches, the summer fast bowlers become ineffective after 40 overs. It's an interesting point. Um, I'm going to be looking at the weather and right through in the country, there's been massive heat waves. So I don't know how much that is going to affect the pitches and all of those type of things. So I think they need to look into that a little bit because it's the first time it's ever happened. So they don't know until they play, I guess. So it's going to be because there's nothing to obviously refer to and talk about and say, you know what, when we played in 1993, the pitch we had a similar heat. We won't be able to compare it to anything really. So going to be interesting to see that two spinner aspect for the test matches. Based on the Lions game, they haven't picked two spinners. So I mean, I would have liked to see. I don't know what the rule is around it, and if you read anything, it would have been awesome if they just allowed all bowlers to bowl and all batters to bat. That would have been excellent for both sides.
I
Until
think
still,
they managed to turn because England wanted it to be a first class game, meaning we would have only played with the 11 players, and we
yeah,
managed to squeeze them until 13. I don't think they could have pushed them any further than that. So it's all right. I think those that haven't bowled or aren't playing, we know is what they can bring, like Lungi, like Anrich, like Rabada if he does recover in time. Um,
like Armour,
so so I think that they made the right choices with the guys they did play or are playing, so that we can see what they can do, what the backup is, what if one of our bowlers do get injured or if Rabada doesn't recover in time, is the next in line um, Olifir or who is it? I guess that's what they're figuring out right now.
yeah. And also like I guess against that particular style of cricket, when they're coming out and they're going to be aggressive, um, the spin is going to probably work a lot better against them than having maybe faster bowlers. I guess I don't know if that's maybe a thought process that Boucher and them are thinking about, but we'll probably see that in the press conference leading up to the match. I'm sure someone will ask that question. Khalid, brother, I DM'd Graham Smith and I told him to bring back the
No, I
one
wanted
hand
the
catch
catch a
in the
million
crowd.
back. It needs to be the catch a million, um, and you
The one
get
where they split
you
it.
you get double the price if you can catch it on a dunk tank.
I didn't like that one when they had it like you catch it and then if two people catch it, then it gets split. The money gets split amongst them. I'm like, yo, that sucks.
Yeah, I went to more than one game trying to do that. I went to one in Poch. I went to one in Supersport Park and one in at the Wanderers. All three of those never got one close enough to me. Unfortunately, I was just desperately wanted to do that.
Uh, I respect your opinion, but you have not watched Harmer bowl. Without watching a guy bowl, we can't conclude. Okay, I've closely watched Harmer bowl in every county match. So you watch every single Simon Harmer county game, bro. Jeez, that's dedication.
It's funny that I can't make a conclusion, but he concludes that I don't watch Simon Harmer. Um, but I
And
understand
I'm
what he's
pretty sure you
saying.
do.
I do. I do. Maybe not every single ball between, but I do watch the wickets and stuff like that. Um, but I mean I understand where he's coming from. Almost a very good bowler, and
I don't deny that he is. Yeah.
I don't deny that at all. I think he's a great bowler, and I think he'll do well if he plays for the Proteas permanently. I just don't think he's necessarily better than Keshav. And still, even now, generally, you get more right hand batters than left hand batters. It does differ from team to team, but overall, you do still get more right hand batters, and that just automatically makes Keshav a bit more effective, um, just for that ability to take the ball away from them. So,
Mm.
I guess ideally you'd want both playing,
Yeah.
if the conditions allow. But if it's a pitch that has some movement in it, I'd play one spinner and I'd have it be Keshav.
Yeah. Tex wants to know if you're going to be commentating for Supersport in the league with Brick Proctor. That will be awesome. That will be historic. That will be legendary.
Wait for
And
it.
then you-
Yeah, I don't think Supersport's going to come calling anytime soon. Maybe they'll call Umpo. They might. You never know because he has done some commentary for some sports channels, so it's not out of the question totally.
Hmm. Okay, let's move on to some more. Uh, Lastly, I hope they don't make the T20 league long like the IPL and the BBL. The tournament can be held 2 to 3 weeks long. They will drag it a little bit longer than that. I think it will be about a month. Um,
At
from
most. I think it's
Yeah,
just over 30 matches, so it's not a lot. It's only 6 teams. They'll probably play each other twice. Um, Maybe, yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know the exact details yet, but I know
yeah,
it's
we
not
don't have
more
the
than,
full details
I
yet.
think it's 32 matches in total, at least before the knockout. Or I hope we do the knockout stage or the qualifying the same as the IPL does it. I hope teams 2 and 3 goes, that where
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
first team
We have
automatically
the qualifiers.
qualifies,
Yeah,
um, and gets a second. The first 2 teams get a second shot to make the final. I like
yeah,
that sort of style
yeah. It's
format.
exciting. I like it as well. I hope they keep it. It will be an awesome style. I mean, I don't want him to go with the conventional one and two, three, four.
You
Like it's
know, but
sometimes someone
but
can pull off an upset, and that creates that, and I like that.
now that I think about it, it's only 6 teams, so there might not be a four option. It might be the top three doing like a playoff type of thing. Because if it's four, then there's only 2 teams not making it. It's kind
Yeah,
of too easy then to make it into that top four. So I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see in time what they
but
decide.
as long as they have can do something with regards to qualifiers in a way, even if they have just one major qualifier and you battle it out until then. I mean, that would also be awesome. But I mean, let's see what they do. I like having that aspect of someone unknown maybe can, or someone that wasn't expected to come through comes through and then gets through to the final. You know. Um, um, let's see anything else. Host the final on neutral grounds like Bloemfontein or Kimberley. um, BBL had 5 teams going through for playoffs out of 8, which was hilarious. That how the hell does that work? um,
Yeah, it's chaos. I think the Big Bash League has gotten a bit out of hand, off the boil, and they're trying to bring all these innovations in that I don't really agree with.
Australians
I
are
think,
like that though.
yeah, they're trying. I mean, it's good to try new things, I guess, but some things you look at it and you know like that's not a good idea. I mean, I'm a
Yeah,
fan of like the umpire having a camera on his hat or something to see a different perspective. I'm fine with different perspectives and stuff, but some of those things are just wild.
yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't even want to say more on that. That's true. I mean, I even find the whole umpire hat thing a bit funny because I mean, it's a
It
bit
does look
weird that
funny.
angle. Yeah,
Yeah, I see.
bring bring back the super
Prathamesh
sub. What are you talking about? Where?
super sub. I'm not sure.
No, you said someone else. You
Oh,
said
so it's a bit higher, but before Jean's comment
oh,
about the
to the
neutral
team
ground,
compositions and
yes,
our domestic players. Yes, I read that out in the. It is in the press release.
yeah. So it'll be 7 domestic players and 4 overseas players in the 11 in total. It seems like they will have the one uncapped Protea player at least in the team, which is good. I mean, there will obviously be a lot because there's only so many players that have been capped by the Protea. So, but I think that's also going to cause some of those specific players' price to go up way high, like Devot Brevis, because he's not never been capped for the Proteas.
Yeah,
But all the teams will look at him and like, oh, we know he's probably a good option, so he might go for quite a lot. Somebody like a Michael Pretorius, who's been in the squads for the Proteas, but never had a game, he might go for a
yeah.
lot as well.
Rickleton as well because he hasn't been capped in the T20s. So I think that's also maybe they'll look at it per format, not only across formats, perhaps.
Not sure.
Um,
We'll
I
see.
mean, I think maybe they'll look, perhaps they'll look at T20 format alone and say who is not being capped there, and they will also be capped. Maybe, perhaps I don't know. Let's see what they do. That's a detail that we need to maybe clear as well, because not very often do you get a scenario where a player has been selected in a squad consistently and then doesn't get selected, or has been selected in other teams and has played for South Africa, but then doesn't get picked in one format.
That's
So
another guy that might go for quite a bit. Gerald
yeah,
Coetzee.
Jelo Kutsia as well. Um, there's quite a few names that I think will go for quite a bit of money that are sitting on the, like, I mean, a George Linder is another person that might go for big money. Bjorn Fortuin, I think, will go for big money. If the proper analysts of this particular league, it's going to
Yeah,
be interesting to see what they're
I'm
going to
I'm
say.
trying to think of the guys that have not played for the Proteas yet to get quite a bit of money. I hope somebody like a Donovan Ferreira gets quite a bit of money to
If
play.
you-
Hopefully he's been scouted a bit and they're like, okay, well this guy was somebody we were looking at potentially to call up to the IPL. So let's get him into one of the sides,
mm,
maybe the Pretoria side because he's from there or
yeah.
whoever. But I think
And I wonder
he
how the
can definitely
rookies are
be
going to
worth
work
it.
as well, like what the rookie system is going to work. Um, that's going to be interesting to see what they're going to do. If they're going to go one or two, or how the rookie system is going to work.
I'd love to see one or two of the Division Two side
Mm,
players making a side. I'd love, or the squad at least, somebody like Eth Richards. I
mm.
remember him hitting the ball very hard and
Very
very
well done.
well for SWD, Show
Perhaps
America.
even, yeah, Arshel America perhaps also as well. I was going to say maybe Jean Duplessis as well, another option. He was doing excellently well. Yeah, I'm hoping that some of those CSA T20 knockout players do get an opportunity and get seen as something. Cody Yusuf is another name that we can throw into the mix. So maybe it's Zubair Abrams, Zubair Abrams, Ziad Abrams as well. Another option that has done well. Mahima. Um, there's quite a few players that I'm hoping are going to get picked up here that are on the brink. Even Junaid Dawood, who's done well for Province.
Yeah, I'm thinking of
Um,
Dawood. I'm thinking of Imran Manak might actually do
Manak,
very
yeah,
well. I'd
flip,
love him to play for the pole side.
yeah,
So yeah, there's a few, but there is unfortunately also going to be a lot that's going to miss out because it's only 6 teams, and if you have 4 overseas players per team, that leaves 7 South African players. One has to be uncapped, so we'll see how it ends up, but that's not a lot in the end, right? It's only going to
but
be just over. There's like 130 contracted South African players in the
mm,
country, and there's only going to be a little more over 40 per side in all the sides together.
mm,
So there are going to be people that are going to miss out, unfortunately.
yeah, I think Brevis, um, obviously, and I think also Corbin Bosch going to be another name that probably a lot of people are going to look at. I think Fariska Adams is going to be interesting one if he's going to pick up a franchise, because I don't understand how he hasn't even got an opportunity in T20 cricket yet. It's quite
Yeah, I
shocking.
like I like Fresco Adams. He has a mean
Yeah,
Yorker. He's very good at the death.
yeah. So there are quite a few players that I think are going to be surprised. I mean, there's only so little spots for everybody. I wish that there was an extra 2 franchises. I mean, that would have been sick. But I mean, let's just get it off the ground first with six and build a league and then improve on it. But I mean, it would have been nice to have eight. It's more opportunities for everybody else. But okay, guys. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Thanks a lot, Werner, for joining me as well. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We'll see you again tomorrow with another daily show. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell for all future videos, please. And also, don't forget to subscribe to Cricket Fanatics Magazine monthly. Every issue is 100% free to your inbox every month. Link is on the screen as well as in the description. And also become a patron today if you want to help us grow South African cricket and promote South African cricket. Get involved with the Patreon account right there. And go to cricketfanaticsmag.com for all updates. Anything you want to leave the fans with before you go, Vern?
Um,
Ver, I must say, not Vern. Fuck.
you, you
Werner,
can call
Werner.
you can call me what you want, Khalid. Really doesn't matter because I probably pronounce your name wrong as well, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the league. I hope they give it a name sometime this month. That would be very welcome if we can get a name for this league so that we can just stop calling it the SAT20 League. Let's give it a name because all the other leagues have names already. The other leagues says the team names are out. We have now the My Cape Town side, or maybe we'll have the Joburg Super Kings or whatever it'll be. But let's
It's
just
just a
get.
pity. What name would you have said would have been better for Mumbai is Cape Town? Because I mean,
I I'm really not sure.
it's better than the Mumbai Africans that was floating around.
Yeah,
That was weird.
I'm not sure, because they
The
obviously they
man, so
would have
yeah,
wanted their name in there somehow. So
yeah,
I guess, what if you went with the my Cape Town side or the Cape Town Indians? Either one is not probably going to sit right with
yeah.
most people, but they had to work their name in there, unless they wanted to bring in the name Reliance, um, which probably won't. The Cape Town Reliance side. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
thought
I
that
don't think that would have been a good name. They'll be happy with the guys who bought them. Well, the owners now, but I don't know if they would have gotten a good name. You can get good names for the Paul Royals, or the whoever. The Joburg Super Kings works fine. The who bought Pretoria? Is it? I can't remember now all the places, but yeah, it's
yeah.
it's a bit weird, the names, but let's just get it out there. Let's get used to it at least, even
Mm.
if we don't agree with it initially. I'm sure they'll have lots of branding going on, a lot of weird ads we'll see on TV all of a sudden. So I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to seeing a name for the league, and looking forward for it to get going, and seeing which team I could potentially support. Who do I want to see do well? I usually like to go for the underdogs. That's why I support the Proteas.
Okay, guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. I'll see you guys again tomorrow evening. We'll do another daily show slash review of the matches happening between South Africa and the Lions. So stay safe, guys, and have an awesome week further. And I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Peace, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your evening.